So you have all these goals that you've given up on, leaving you feeling resentful, filled with guilt and disappointment. And you've been telling yourself that it's hopeless to start even one more goal because you know it'll lead to even more negative remarks from others and further disappointment. If this sounds like you, then definitely stick around because in today's video, we'll be going over how we can overcome these words and feelings. We'll be utilizing the book, The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone, covering chapters 8, 9, and 10 in today's video. I've hand-selected one key quote that stood out to me the most in each chapter. So let's start off with chapter 8. Average assumes, incorrectly of course, that everything operates stably. Look around, and chances are you'll see a world filled with average. This addiction to average can kill the possibility of making your dreams a reality. One example of this is that the average worker reads only one book a year, whereas the top CEOs read on average 60 books a year. That's a massive difference there. So if you want to start seeing your goals to the end and start producing the results that you hope for, then the best plan for you is to start conditioning your thinking and your actions to 10x levels. This is because average levels of anything will fail you, or at the very least, put you at risk. And by leveling up, if you end up creating much more success than you ever wanted or needed, then that's a good thing. That will then allow you to continue to give back to your family, give back to your community. Anything that you give only average amounts of attention to will start to subside and eventually cease to exist. To rise above average, you have to change your commitment and your thinking. And as soon as you do so, you'll start influencing every area of your life. Your friends and family will start changing, results will improve, and the actions you're taking will begin to improve your associations with people. You'll be excited and enthusiastic about life, and people are highly influenced by those who exhibit excitement and enthusiasm. Excitement and enthusiasm is highly contagious, and it's a great way to add value to others. Rid yourself of every concept of average. Study what average people do, and prohibit yourself from considering average as an option. Surround yourself around exceptional thinkers and doers, because that higher level of thinking and doing is contagious and it will spread onto you, and you'll start seeing progress. You'll start seeing results. Now let's get into chapter 9. Here's the quote that stood out to me the most. Average goal setting cannot and will not fuel massive 10x actions. One of the main reasons why people don't stick to their goals and fail to accomplish them is because they fail to set them high enough from the very beginning. It's very common to hear people start goals, but actually never start them or eventually give up on them. To maintain your enthusiasm, you have to make your goals substantial enough that they keep your attention. They have to be so big that they excite you. They have you wake up in the morning excited, ready to conquer the day. Average goal setting cannot and will not fuel massive 10x actions. Resistance will always pop up here and there, and so when resistance does show up, you absolutely must have a big reason for overcoming that hurdle. Achieving your goals must be a must, not a, maybe, hopefully. The more your goals are aligned with your purpose and your duty, the more they'll energize and fuel your actions. If you underestimate your potential, then it's impossible to set appropriately sized goals. Growing up, you may have been conditioned to think small and go after realistic goals, but it's important to think big because maybe, just maybe, if you shoot for the stars and you go big, there's a chance you may hit that target. Now let's get into chapter 10. Here's the quote that stood out to me the most. You don't want to just be in a race. You want to be at the top of the list of considerations. You want to put yourself in a position to dominate, not compete. When it comes to competing, it limits your ability to think creatively because you're constantly thinking about what other people are doing. Never make it your goal to compete. Instead, do everything you can to dominate in order to avoid wasting your time chasing others. Stay ahead of the pack. The best way to dominate is to do the very things that others refuse to do. Do what they will not do. This will immediately allow you to carve a space for yourself and develop an unfair advantage. And you definitely want to create an unfair advantage if you're able to do so. Determine the capabilities, actions, and mindset of those whom you compete with, then do what they will not do, go where they will not go, and think and take actions in 10x quantities. Leveling up your thinking and your actions will show you that you are capable of much more. It will level up your confidence. It will boost your confidence, and it will inspire others to level up as well. I hope this has been helpful. It's been a lot of fun. I'll be covering other future chapters of The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone in other future videos, so make sure to check those out as those come out. And I've already covered other previous chapters of the book in other previous videos, so go ahead and check those out right now if you haven't checked those out, and I'll see you in the next video.